Good day, Saints. Lady here again. I wanted to give a story, just a bit of a story, to explain one of my 3 points in deliverance, which is deliverance is specific. I was very young. I must have been 14 or 15 years old, and I was one of the leadership in our youth group, and we were being taken for training after a major conference with a powerful man of God who was very famous at that time for deliverance. And we had a whole format that he was using that was useful for training leaders. And it came in a booklet form full of scriptures, different points on what to do to facilitate deliverance in an easier way. And I believe one of the reasons why they put up such a package was that pastors do not enjoy doing deliverance. And that is why people are going to different prophets everywhere all over the place, because they are struggling to get their pastor to sit with them to do deliverance. The reason why is because people don't understand the body of knowledge when it comes to doing deliverance. And for most people, they find it tedious, they find it tiring, they find that it takes a lot of time before you get to the actual deliverance, because demons are very, very deceptive. You can be talking to the person and then it switches, and then now you are talking to the human being, and then it switches back again, and then you now don't know where you are at. And that is why the gift of discerning of spirit is one of the most important and vital giftings that God can give you, so that you'll be able to tell what you are dealing with at what point. Now back to my story. We have been taught, so they put us in groups as the youth leaders there, and we had different people in our groups, and we were now practicing this format that was written up so that all of us can go through some deliverance for each and every single individual in that particular group. So we were praying for one of the leaders, and we were casting out demons following the format as they were. But every time we got to the point where she has to be set free, you can feel and see the manifestation, and you see the person manifesting, and this demon was so stubborn, and the demon would not let her go. And we found that, very frustrating, and we did not know what to do. So we kept praying, and one of the things that they taught us was that while the other one is facilitating the deliverance and doing the conversation in between the person and the demonic activity that we are trying to cast out, then the other people must be in prayer, and we were all praying in tongues. Remember, I was a young Christian, and I did not know what I was seeing. So when I mean that deliverance is specific, is at this point where during the time we were praying in tongues, while the one who was leading the deliverance was continuing, the Lord just began to show me something in my mind's eye. And I did not know this lady to the depth where I could see her as a 3-year-old. And at that time, she could have been maybe 23, 24 years old. But I saw her as a 3-year-old sitting in the corner, crying because somebody had taken advantage of her, and she was molested and raped as a child. And I just saw this. God just gave me a vision, and I saw what was done to her as a 3-year-old. and she was now well into her 20s, and we were trying to do some deliverance, but we had a stalemate where we could not pass over to the other side. So I stopped the one who was leading the deliverance. I just explained to them what I was seeing. And then in that moment, we began to also speak to the individual that was the person who were doing deliverance on. And so I spoke to her and told her the vision that I saw. You won't believe it. It was at that time where something began to wash over her. And it was during that specific moment that that demon that we've been trying to cast out of her, that was so stubborn and would not let her go, eventually the stronghold was broken like that. Why? Because of a word of knowledge that came and the vision that I saw of her as a 3-year-old. Do you know how afraid I was to even speak that? And she was so shocked that I had that information about something that she had locked up so far away in her memory. And she said only 2 people alive knew about what had happened to her as a 3-year-old. It was her mother and herself. And they never told anybody else. And she was shocked that I didn't grow up with her. I didn't know her deeply like that. I just knew her as one of the leaders from church. But God gave me a word of knowledge so specific that led her to her total deliverance. And it was at that point, at that time, that as we were now going through the format that they were teaching us on how to do deliverance, that is where the breakthrough came through. The breakthrough came through right there. And she was totally made free because of the specific word of knowledge that came so that she will be set free. The Holy Spirit is amazing. He knows your past, your present, and He has clarity for your future. Jesus said He has come so that we might have life and have it in abundance. What are you doing to get the right information that you need for the deliverance of yourself as an individual, for your children, for your siblings, for your family, and for your generation? There is work to be done, and the work is obtaining the information necessary for you to find freedom. Jesus said He came to set the captives free. We don't need to live a life where we are so bound by demonic activity that we don't know how to carry on with our lives. And we are so harassed that even our efforts to do more are hampered, are held back, are restrained by demonic activity. You have all the authority given to you by Jesus. Don't sit there and not get the body of knowledge. Get the body of knowledge for yourself, for your family, and for your well-being, and sometimes even for your community. Thank you for your time. God bless you. We'll see you in the next one.